Hi everyone, hopefully you can see me and it's not too terribly dark for you. I don't usually shoot at night, but I'm Megan, and today is a super exciting day because I got not only one, but two vinyl subscription boxes in the mail today. They both so happen to came on the same day, so I'm going to put them in the same video. So hopefully you'll learn a little something new about a subscription you didn't know about. So, I guess let's just get right into it. The first one I'll open for you today is from Feedbands. So for those of you who don't know Feedbands, they're a smaller record subscription service, and they actually promote independent artists, those who have never had their record pressed onto vinyl before. They allow any artist to put up their music on their website, and it's voted on by members of the website. When you join, you can listen to as much or as little music as you like, and you get to vote and comment on things that you like. Now, when something makes it to the top charts on the Feedbands website, Feedbands will reach out to them and start putting them in the process to have their record pressed. This process takes about 4 months, so it doesn't happen automatically. But when it does, Feedbands will press their record onto vinyl for the very first time ever in an exclusive copy for Feedbands members that is numbered. And then the band gets copies as well to give to their fans or to sell whatever they might like. And a new record comes out every month, and for $20, you can get this record delivered to you. Shipping charges are about $3 to $5 depending on where you live, so it's not a super pricey subscription. And if you don't like the record that they're pressing that month, you can say skip this month. They'll allow you out of it. You can pick anything you want from their record archive that they might have in stock instead to send you instead of that month's record, things like that. It's pretty cool. If you're new and looking to get into Feedbands, you do need to pre-order the record in order to get it. So if you're a new member and are trying to get that month's record, the chances of you getting it are actually fairly slim because it goes first to members. So you do have to join, take a month where you pick something from the archive, and then go into your subscription. Once you get with them, though, it's very cool, and you get some very awesome presses from unknown artists. I've found a lot of artists that I really love because of things that Feedbands has sent me. So without further ado, let's open the box. It's always more difficult than I think it's going to be. So Feedbands does a really nice job of packaging this to make sure that it doesn't get damaged, and they give you all sorts of goodies with it. So the first thing is, everything that comes with the record is packaged in a record slip, which is very nifty. The first is just the packing slip to show your order receipt. But if we actually take it out, so the first thing they always give you is something that the artist wants to include with the record. So in this case, this is actually a lyric print, and this month's band is called Faded Paper Figures, and the album is Chronos. This is a shorter, I think you could actually probably call it an EP with 5 songs on it. Actually, that is false. They have what looks like 7 songs or 8 songs on this, but they only have the lyrics to 5 of them on the lyric sheet. That's okay, though. The next thing is the actual sleeve here. It's very pretty, printed with some artwork from the band, with a track listing. Yes, there are 7 tracks on here. My mistake. I obviously can't count. And then the record itself, which is always beautiful. And look at that. Look at how pretty it is. Feedbands always has the most stunning presses I think I've ever seen. And it's awesome because you're, getting a limited edition press. If you'll see here too, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but this is a seal that has a handwritten number of your record. So mine is number 99 out of 1,000 that they're pressing for this record. So it's pretty cool. I won't waste your time with playing some of Faded Paper Figures because With Feedbands, it's kind of hit or miss because they are independent artists. But if you're willing to check out new stuff, I've, like I said, gotten some of my favorite artists from Feedbands, and I highly recommend it. So, on to the next box. We have my vinyl box. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the vinyl services, might have seen their thousands upon thousands of ads. But if you haven't, Vinyl is a monthly subscription service as well, but they work off a platform of curated records. So what happens is when you register for an account on their website, they ask you to link as many things as you can. So your Spotify account, if you have a SoundCloud account, if you want to link your Instagram, your Twitter, anything that might give away your musical interests. They also have places for you to list what type of music you're into, what type of music you're not into, whether you want to stick with the type of music you're into, whether you want to kind of branch out and try something new. Anything from what type of record player you have to any accessories you might be looking into getting, things like that. And then every month when it's time to pick, when it's time for your records to be curated, they ask you to pick a vibe. So something that they're going to kind of theme your music off of. And it usually has to do with the time of year. I remember for Valentine's Day this past year, they had an XOXO box in February. They had a spring break box in March, things like that. This box that I picked is actually not a curated box, and that's always an option too, if you're not one to kind of take surprises. They always have anywhere between 2 to 3 boxes a month that you know automatically what's coming in your box. And if you select those vibes, you'll get the 3 records that are in that collection, I guess you could call it. And these boxes run for, I believe it's $39 for the box, but I got my records on a deal where I believe each box is costing me less than $20 for the 3 records that come in it. And they run all kinds of promos all the time. So make sure you're looking for those, and you can get a really good deal signing up for a new vinyl account. Anyway, without further ado, we will open this box. And I always love this and have to point it out. It says right here, "Love will tear us apart." I think that's always so funny. They're very cute with their packaging and their the things that are included in the box. So most of the time they include a coloring sheet, but this week it includes a Hella Feminist little poster here. And on the back it has all of the listings for upcoming releases. So it shows DJ Khaled's new album that came out at the beginning of this month, Foster the People's new album that came out a couple weeks ago, Cage the Elephant that came out a couple days ago, all of these that are going to be coming to their record store. If you're a member, you have access to their record store, and it anything you pick will ship with your box for free. You obviously have to pay for the record, but free shipping with your monthly subscription is a pretty good deal. So the box I picked is called Wild and Free, but they still always send you a little message from your curator. It's a handwritten note with a picture of your curator on the back. So my curator was Jay, so that's Jay. And Jay writes, "Hey Megan, we're kicking off your Wild and Free vibe with Small Pool's infectious debut. You've probably heard American Love and Dreaming on the airwaves, but now you can hear the whole record. Up next, we have the Aussie outfit Atlas Genius, authentic sing-along Inanimate Objects, and Young the Giant's contemplative third record, Home of the Strange. Enjoy, Jay." I also got this cool hashtag vinyl sticker, which is pretty neat. And my 3 records. Like I said, I knew what I was getting this month, but there are a lot of, this is, I think, the first time that I've selected a pre-selected vibe. Most of the time I go with something curated, and there's only been a few times that I've been disappointed. So if you're willing to take some chances, that's definitely worth it. And even if you're disappointed, if you get your record and take it out of the box and you're like, oh, I totally don't like this band at all, you can give them feedback to update for your next box, and you can, if you would like to, you can obviously try and resell the records, bring them to your local record store, and I've managed to get a decent portion of my money back just doing things like that. So, the first one that I got in this box is, like he said in the letter, Small Pools. I am a big fan of Small Pools, and I've been looking to get this album for a long time. Small Pools actually came to my college and played a show, what was it? I think last fall, if I'm not mistaken. They're great live, which I did not expect them to be because the lead singer has an incredible falsetto that I thought was totally auto-tuned. It's not, it's real. I was pleasantly surprised. But all of their tracks are really good. You've probably heard Dreaming, like he said. If you haven't, definitely look it up. It's well worth it. But let's check out the record itself, if I can actually get it out of the plastic. Okay, so it comes with a full little lyric sheet here, which is a very nice addition because a lot of times they don't. And here's the record. It's on standard black. It says Love Tap, the album's name, in a cool, like, I guess you could say, like, sparkler pattern on there. Don't know how well you can see that, but it's pretty cool. I dig it. I'm very excited to have this album, like I said. The second one is Atlas Genius. Atlas Genius is another band that I really love, and I've been looking to get this record. I actually really would like their first record more, but this one's still good. I saw Atlas Genius this past spring for my birthday with Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness, and it was an amazing show. I really hadn't listened to Atlas Genius all that much before going to the show, and I just fell in love. It was fantastic. They're a great, great band, and if you haven't heard their stuff, definitely check them out. Well worth it. And this one comes with a download code and a very nice lyric sheet with a photo on the back, which is pretty neato. Yep, that's everything that's in there. And the record itself, also on standard black, but no complaints. Like I said, very excited to have this. I really like, what's my favorite track on here? Stockholm, that's a really good one. Molecules, too. And The City We Grow, that's a good one. So, overall, good album, nice addition to the collection. So as you can see, these first two I really wanted, so that was why I picked this vibe this month. The last one is actually a band that I'm not that into. I know a couple of songs, but not that many. So this is Young the Giant. This one actually feels a little heavier than the other two, and I think it might be a gatefold. So let's check it out. Once again, if I can get the plastic open, because I'm a little incapable. Alrighty. It's got a really cool cover. It's actually got all of these different countries with all of these different flags and what looks like a mountain sticking its tongue out, which is kind of funny. And I was right, it is a gatefold. A very pretty gatefold at that, with more of the art that was on the front. The front of the gatefold doesn't actually have anything in it, but a nice way to showcase the art nonetheless. And just like for Atlas Genius, they have a download code. And a, once again, very pretty printed lyric sheet with all the tracks listed on here. And the record. yeah. This record feels way heavier than the other two, and so I'm going to guess that this is 180 gram. I don't think it says on here, but I'm going to guess that it is, because it feels heavier. For those of you who are not super record savvy, when something is pressed onto 180 gram vinyl, it means that it's heavier than your standard vinyl. It's going to last you a little bit longer. Sound quality is going to be a little bit deeper. It's not going to get damaged as easily or warped. It's always better if you can get 180 gram vinyl, because it's definitely going to last you longer. So yeah. Overall, very happy with the 2 boxes. Super excited to listen to these 4 new records. If you have any questions for me in regards to the 2 services, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Pop them below in the comments. And thank you again for watching. Hope your night's going great. And I'll see you next time.